Your body is more than flesh and bones. It is a vessel of light and memory, an intelligent architecture built to channel divine energy. Sexual energy is the foundation of this structure. It is not just reproductive force. It is creative, healing, magnetic, and transformational. It is the power behind physical vitality, emotional clarity, spiritual depth, and mental sharpness. When you understand that your body is a container of light and memory, sexual energy becomes a fire that illuminates and activates your being. This piece explores the deep spiritual science of sexual energy as light and memory, and how your body, when refined and respected, becomes a glowing archive of experiences, potential, and power. Your body is a living library. Every experience, thought, emotion, and intention leaves an imprint in your nervous system, your muscles, your bones, and your aura. These imprints are not just psychological, they are energetic. They become part of your cellular memory. Sexual energy amplifies the storage. Whatever energy is present in your mind and body during sexual arousal or orgasm is recorded deeply into your system. That's why sexuality is not casual. It is sacred programming. When you retain your semen and transmute that force, the body stops dumping vital information. Instead of losing energy, you accumulate light. Instead of forgetting who you are, you begin to remember. The memory of greatness, purpose, clarity, and strength reawakens in your system. Semen is not just a fluid. It is concentrated intelligence. It carries not only genetic material, but also subtle energetic codes. It is liquid light. It has built civilizations, sparked genius, moved empires, and shaped destinies. When you retain it, that light does not get spilled. It begins to shine through your eyes, skin, posture, and voice. Your body begins to glow. You become a transmitter of presence. Why? Because instead of leaking your essence, you begin to hold it. This essence powers your cells, strengthens your immunity, sharpens your memory, and makes you radiant. When you retain and redirect this energy, the light rises through the spine, awakening higher faculties, the memory of the soul, the vision of the mind, and the courage of the heart. Your flesh remembers. The body is not dumb matter. It is divine intelligence encoded with memory. Everything you eat, think, say, do, and believe becomes part of your frequency. Sexual energy amplifies this. If you're filled with lust, fear, and insecurity, and you release your seed in that state, the body memorizes chaos. But if you're filled with discipline, clarity, love, and intention, and you retain, your body memorizes light. Memory is not only the past, it is also the future. The future is not something you walk into blindly. It's something you remember when you are aligned. The more you honor your sexual energy, the more your body unlocks dormant memory. The future version of yourself, the higher self, is not far away. It is stored in your system, waiting to be activated. Sexual energy is the bridge between the spirit and the physical. It is the only energy that can create another life. That tells you how powerful it is. It is the gate between light and matter. When used unconsciously, it depletes your memory. But when used wisely, it increases your light. Through retention and discipline, your body becomes an antenna. You begin to attract different kind of information, downloads from higher realms. Your dreams become more vivid. Your intuitions become sharper. Your voice becomes more convincing. You carry authority, not from your mouth, but from your frequency. Sexual energy is not about denying pleasure. It is about directing power. You take that light and feed your organs, your skin, your creativity, your purpose. You become more alive, more magnetic, more potent. The light within your body is not just internal. It shines outwards as your aura. People can feel your energy without you saying a word. When your sexual energy is refined, your aura becomes medicinal. It comforts, awakens, seduces, heals, and inspires. You become unforgettable. The aura is shaped by memory. If your body is filled with lust, laziness, and scattered desire, your aura becomes cloudy, weak, and confusing. But when your sexual energy is concentrated, your aura becomes clear and commanding. You walk into a room, and people turn, not because of your looks, but because of your frequency. Retention, meditation, movement, and clean living all work together to refine the body's light. The cleaner your system, the brighter the light. The brighter the light, the stronger the memory. You begin to remember why you came to Earth. The art of transmutation is a process of turning sexual energy into spiritual, mental, and emotional strength. It is alchemy. Instead of releasing the energy in lustful ways, you redirect it toward your goals, your health, your relationships, your inner growth. It becomes a fuel source, not an escape route. Your body begins to rewire. Old traumas begin to dissolve. Emotional wounds begin to heal. Your nervous system becomes stable. Your posture improves. Your immune system gets stronger. Why? Because you're not just holding energy, you are refining it. You are turning memory into mastery. You become more calm, more centered, more focused. Most people use sexual energy to forget their pain, but you use it to face your pain and rise above it. You become a king, not a slave. You own your body, and your body begins to serve your higher purpose. Your body is not separate from divinity. It was created by intelligence, for intelligence. The sexual energy within you is the fingerprint of God. That's why it is so powerful and so misused. The system wants you to forget your divinity, so it bombards you with images, thoughts, and distractions to keep your sexual energy in a low state. But when you guard your energy, your body begins to remember God. The light in your cells begins to vibrate higher. You feel purpose again. You feel clean, whole, strong. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently, because your body is now becoming a temple, not a tomb. This remembering is not intellectual. It is cellular. Your DNA begins to switch on. Dormant capacities activate. You become a being of memory and light, a true man or woman of God. Every time you release your seed without awareness, you lose light. You are literally throwing away life force that could have built your mind, healed your body, and purified your heart. The modern world trains you to seek pleasure constantly, but it never tells you that pleasure without consciousness is theft. You are stealing from your future self. Every wasted ejaculation is a stolen opportunity. Every indulgent fantasy is a leak in your aura. Over time, your memory weakens. Your light dims. You become tired, foggy, indecisive, not because you're cursed, but because you gave away your power. Sexual retention is not repression. It is redirection. It is a refusal to burn your house for a temporary flame. You begin to build real fire within, a fire that lights up your whole system and gives you clarity, vitality, and vision. Through semen retention and conscious living, the body begins to resurrect. The old habits die. The toxic memories dissolve. The worn-out personality fades. You become reborn, not in theory, but in physiology. The spine straightens. The heart opens. The face glows. The voice deepens. The mind sharpens. Your presence multiplies. This is resurrection. The body rising into light. The flesh infused with memory. The energy of sex no longer degrades you. It upgrades you. You remember what it means to be fully alive. This process is not instant. It is earned through commitment, discipline, failure, and return. But every time you choose your higher self over base desire, your body records it. Your body begins to trust you. It begins to serve you. You and your body become one instrument of light. As you walk this path of refined sexual energy, your body becomes an archive of power. Every moment of self-control, every breath of presence, every time you say no to lust and yes to purpose, it gets stored. This becomes your frequency. This becomes your magnetism. This becomes your offering to the world. You don't need to chase anymore. You attract. You don't need to convince. You transmit. Why? Because your body is no longer confused. It is aligned. It is filled with memory, not of pain and loss, but of strength and spirit. It carries a memory of your future, your greatness, your soul's mission. Your body is light and memory. Sexual energy is a divine fire that feeds both. When you live unconsciously, you forget. When you retain and refine, you remember. You become more than a man. You become a living library of light, a beacon of clarity in a world of confusion. This is the destiny of the retainer, not to hide from life, but to illuminate it, to walk as a living flame, to carry the memory of the divine in your very cells, to reclaim the body, not as a prison, but as a temple of power, purpose, and purity. Honor your body, guard your seed, and watch the light return. Join the Retain to Thrive Telegram channel at the link below, where we focus on building discipline, overcoming distractions, and achieving goals. Join the supportive community sharing tips, motivation, and accountability. Let's grow together, one step at a time.